ever stop to think why? People come in and out of your life at the precise moment. If you are anything like me, you're likely to have. And if you're tuning in, I'm certain you're curious. But have you ever stopped to think about why that is? The interesting thing is that no matter where the encounter with that person took place, maybe it was work, school, a meeting, the gym, the park, know that this is occurring at the precise exact moment in time for you. You may say, well, Barbie, what about someone dying on you or experiencing an accident or other unfortunate circumstance? Let me tell you, it's happening for you and not to you. Hi, my name is Barbie Ladeveze, your relationship and divorce strategist, and I am thrilled you've entered my sphere today. I've got a question for you. Do you have to lie to yourself to keep your relationship, the one that you're in? If so, it's time to pivot, my friend. I thought I'd highlight a few overlooked personalities. For some, it can be a mix of 2 or 3 or more, or maybe all of them. Who knows? But who may have entered your life to highlight the gifts of the vision of your life? And by that, what I mean by the word gifts, I speak of your spiritual awakening, that experiences you may have encountered somewhere along the way. And it's the kind that only you are able to recognize. Today, I thought I'd highlight a few overlooked personalities. Could be a mix of a couple who may have entered your life to highlight the very gift of what that visit in your life really means. When I say the gift, I speak of your spiritual awakening from that experience that you may be encountering right now, that you're stumped. You're wondering, why did that happen to you? And it's the kind that only you are able to recognize and no one else can see it. You, my friend, only need to sit still long enough and to be receptive to the senses, to hear its message for you to tell you what it is that you really should be doing. It's super, super powerful. So sadly, in life, we all encounter unfortunate circumstances that prompt us to be awakened. And radically at that point, it just shifts our perspective that drives us to take massive action. The kind that unknowingly pushes you over that edge and causes you to transcend to be a magnificent, beautiful masterpiece, a brighter rendition of yourself. To you, it's a gift for you. The one who brings out the confidence and the joy within you and awakens that giant within you. You were never designed to sit in the sidelines, but rather to flourish and be who you were destined to be. Today I am going to be speaking about relationships and highlighting insights and offering a little bit of advice as to what I believe would be a good strategy for you to consider in these case scenarios I know many of you may be experiencing. I know firsthand how difficult it can be not living in peace and uncertainty, and certainly not in harmony. It could bring about a lot of lack of clarity as to what steps you need to take. Sometimes it could be really scary to shift at that point in time, and making those life-altering, changing major decisions. Could be not having the support system you need in place so that you could help escalate your existing situation. But I am here to tell you, you can do it. I know that you can. If you haven't picked up my #1 best-selling book titled Divorce in the World of Family Law, Everything You Need to Know Without an Attorney, I encourage you to do so. I'll provide the link in the description down below of this video, and you can get your free chapter to download it. It will give you some insight to where I've been, and I'm here to tell you, I'm here to support you. I get you. You want to be understood. Let me let you in on a secret. You're perfect just the way you are. If someone cannot appreciate you for who you are, please reconsider your associations with them. Yes, and that includes spouses too. Mental abuse is very real, and it comes in many, many, many forms. And if you do not have the support, you can sometimes feel very, very stuck. It is that sense of almost like quicksand. You just can't seem to get yourself out. And this is why I am a big proponent to dating despite your age, a minimum of 1 year. Dating dating is the perfect time to spend together to know how compatible you are. And that is the main reason why we date. So some of the recent topics I thought I'd discuss to give you something to think about is there's 13 of them. So here we go. The one who can't apologize. You know anyone who can't apologize in your life? The one who no matter what fails to apologize for doing wrong. What should that teach you? It teaches you character flaws you want nothing to do with. Someone who lacks the ability to be humble and to love you unconditionally and move past the matter at hand, which in turn causes even more contention in your surroundings, is certainly not worth it. My second point is the one who is obsessed with you because of your dynamite personality. There can be many reasons why that is, but mostly due to their own insecurities, which teach you you are not easily duplicatable. In other words, not everyone is like you. You have unique gifts and talents you were born with, which is unique to you. Have you ever wondered why it is you are so passionate about the things that others have no whatsoever interest in? Does the thought of it make you smile? That only you have that ability that cannot be duplicated or replicated? Yes, very true. So true. It is your journey to determine what it is that you truly want. So also in the link, I'm going to provide you with a guide for you to figure that out, because that is my gift to you. If you're struggling right now, I believe that sometimes we need to gain a little bit of insight, a little bit of clarity. And so that will also be linked to the very bottom of the description. So be very careful what you wish for, because I have learned that it does come to reality. As to those obsessed or insecure, they must face their own journey. It is not your journey. It's not your job to teach them at all. That lesson here is learned in the exchange of the friendship. And that's what I mean by a gift. Another thought, the one who has a very strained family relationship. That should tell you not that they are the black sheep in the family, but that it's likely you will encounter ongoing conflicts with them. Think about that. Let that land. By choosing to be with them, you may unveil that person can be very self-entitled, possibly have a narcissistic tendencies. They may not enjoy being with you, but rather spend more time being with others and even possibly at work. May have even some vices not easily recognizable to the eye that may cause them to be isolated. They are not normal, and these characteristics need to be seriously considered on your end if you choose to be with someone like this. And you should proceed with great caution, my friend. The other thought that I thought about was the one who finds excuses to be with their friends rather than be with you. And also it could be not only just friends, but also work. So why do you suppose that that is? If they love and care about you, why be elsewhere? Are you not enough? You probably should consider why that is. Are they hiding something? Whatever the reason prompts them to be away, you should instead ask yourself, does this person meet my expectations? If not, and they are not willing to discuss it openly with you what the issues are, maybe, my friend, it's time to move on. The next one I wanted to share with you is the one who makes you feel guilty for being wonderful you. Know someone like this? They either want to steal your thunder or dim your light. Why ridicule your radiant personality, your strengths, when in reality, it was you who they were attracted to? Isn't that contradicting? You should be free to express and be yourself. A restrictive life moving forward will only bring you sorrow, which in turn will lead to resentment. The next thought I wanted to share with you is the one who uses you for money. For money. Know someone like this? Oftentimes, they will love bomb you. They will lead you to think one thing when in reality, they have an agenda for themselves. Never, ever think about moving in with someone to save money. It is not a good enough reason to save money. The reality reality is that it will cost you more time and hurt unraveling the mess. You will know when the right time is. I also believe it's a nice exchange to alternate taking turns treating one another unexpectedly, not calculated. It keeps the relationship exciting and alive. Both are contributing and serving one another, which I believe it's really a healthy act by both doing things and serving one another. My next point is those who want you for their own self-gratification. I call this lack of maturity. First off, in a relationship, no one should be expected to go outside of their comfort zone or use their body to please another, period. If you are expected to consider setting your own boundaries because they get mad, that may be a reason enough to reconsider your relationship. No one wants to be used for sex or be subservient to the other. Intimacy is a spiritual act that once embarked in becomes difficult to detach from one another. And as a result, unraveling a relationship that has gone bad takes time and causes really a lot of sorrow. I always advise choose wisely and avoid it. Besides, you should not allow anyone to use your soul in any way. It is sacred, so treat it like one. My next thought was the one who comes to you when they want something but really fail to reciprocate. Know anyone like that? This is a common behavior we often see with children. Would you agree? For example, when your sweetheart's demeanor or temper may be different when they have an agenda, but when you want something yourself, it's not even a consideration. Your ideas get dismissed and often forgotten. So something to think about. This is huge. They want something, but they always fail to reciprocate. My other point was the one who drains your energy. Oh my heavens. I refer to them as energy vampires. They come to you, you are present for them, you give them your undivided attention, and when they leave, you feel exhausted. These people exist. They zap your attention in the worst of moments and always leave you feeling empty and feeling bad for giving them the advice. They never ever change. Please do not misinterpret them as relying on you for your amazing wisdom because they are not seeking advice. What they want is to have your radiating energy because they lack one. They are low vibrating souls who are unable to maintain the frequency because of their natural tendencies and conditions, which likely stems from one's years. Don't allow it or permit it. Rather, recognize this very important warning, my friend. The one who needs constant validation out of their own insecurities. This characteristics may be much like the vampire sucking energy I previously spoke to you about. This person requires attention around the clock, and they will make it known in their dissatisfaction when they do not receive it. They will require for you to communicate with them throughout the day. It could be via text or phone. They will always ask you about their appearance. If it looks good, if it looks bad, they are noticeably very much about their projection to others, when in reality, it's the opposite. This relationship can seem to be like an immature one. Don't be fooled. There is much more that meets the eye here. The next point I have is the one who makes you do their dirty laundry. Who wants to be in the laundry room? This one may be sweet of you to offer them that you're willing to do so, but when it's because someone down the line did it for them and they expect to continue the same service at no cost at your expense. Typically, this characteristic comes from someone seeking to control you and make you subservient to them. So beware, it gets worse. And by the way, I do love doing laundry, but just mine. The next one is the one who is unappreciative for the sweet things they do. That breaks my heart. Know someone like this? This person is much like the one who has had a hard time saying thank you. No matter how sweet of a small thing you do, or when you go out of your way to do something and they have this air about them that says it's expected, so just do it. Really? It's the smallest of gestures that lets your partner know you're thinking of them. So if you are in the receiving end, appreciate it and let it be known. It will inspire the other to want to do it even more. My next point is the one who has a questionable history. Ever wonder why some people have never been married, don't want to be married, or have had multiple failed marriages? I will grant you, there are many valid reasons why not to be married. But when someone has had multiple marriages failed and not permitted themselves to grow from that experience and continue to remarry and divorce repeatedly, well, there is much to consider. Be certain you know that person's history, because the cost to you to undo your I do's can be hefty. Also, when someone is in a mad rush to get married, ensure how to slow them down. Don't do it. It rarely is successful. When we instinctively sense something is off, leave it. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back next Wednesday with a fun title, so be certain to tune in. Remember, you are a gift to that person fortunate enough to have you in their lives. Joy is just within reach. You just need to listen to that amazing inner voice in you. It will never steer you wrong. Don't forget, repel those things that do not serve your overall good and surround yourself with those who love you and support you and trust you. Until next week, we'll see you on the bright side. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Oh, yeah.